Hello and welcome to JavaScript Engineering. In this channel, we talk about CAD modeling using CREO Parametric primarily, or if or any other model or any other CAD package that I can get my hands on. So this video is the second video in the small course that I'm making to create a belt roller pulley um, that we've discussed in the previous video. So we will be creating all these parts individually, and then we'll be assembling these parts to create this belt pulley in the end. So in the previous video, we've made the base part of it. As you've seen, if you haven't, go back to and you can watch how I created this part. In this video, we will be making this bushing for our assembly. And yeah, without any further ado, let's get into it. And before we move on with the video, I'd highly appreciate if you could like this video and subscribe to the channel. That helps me out greatly, and it'll keep you updated on any new videos that I post. So yeah, before yeah, so just to quickly how we will be working with this video with this modeling is over here. I will quickly make a center line like this or an axis just to let you know how we will be updating you so that you can have a better understanding. So you can see over here we've got the cross section of this bushing like this. So what we will be doing is we will create a cross section of this bushing like this. I think it's like yeah. So we will be making a cross section like this. We will dimension it up based on the drawing like this, whatever these dimensions are. And previously, if you've remember, we created a cross section and we extruded it out in this way. But in this case, we will be using the revolve command to revolve this cross section along an axis, which is going to be this one. So you can see we've got this cross section like this, and what we'll do is we'll revolve it around a axis, this one, and it will create a what do you call it, a revolved surface to create a 3D shape as well, which you will be seeing in a bit. So yeah, it's going to be a 360-degree revolution um, operation on this section, and you will be seeing it right now. So yeah, uh, before you start with the modeling thing, try to select a working directory where you will be doing all that. I already have my working directory selected, but if you want to have it any place that you want, this is the place to go. So yeah, we will press the new button and make sure that the part modeling is selected in type. And over here, we will be using the bushing, bushing, bushing file name. Press OK or press enter, and we will be seeing all these planes that we can work with. So in this case, I will be working on the front plane. So if you select it over here, you can select any of them. Try top, front. I will be using the front one, so and it's selected, highlighted green. Once it's selected, go to sketch. And now we've entered the sketching window where we can start creating our model. And if you press on this one button, which is the sketch view, it will bring you to normal, normal to the sketching plane. Once we've entered the sketching plane, I'd like to turn the plane display off. It just keeps it cleaner. And yeah, so what we've said is we will be creating a cross section of this model, which is displayed over here. This is not really a cross section, it's just a front view of it, but this dotted line and this bit is what we will be making. So initially what I'll do is I'll create a rough sketch of how this geometry looks like. And oops, I forgot this bit. Yeah. So this purple, by the way, means that the sketch is a closed sketch, means that all of these lines and you know elements of the sketch are in such a way that creates a closed geometry. So there's no, so if I delete it, for example, you can see it's not purple anymore, which means it's an open geometry. So which is a helpful thing. So we've got this initial cross section. So let's start off with this dimension, which is 18. So I will go over here, change it to 18. And what I've mentioned in my previous video, in all videos, is once I've changed the dimension, I left click it and click on the lock option, which locks this geometry, this dimension up, so you don't accidentally change it as well. So next is we will be dimensioning this bit up, which is a 24 millimeter diameter for this section or this diameter. Since we're creating one half of it, so we will divide this 24 up, which is going to be 24 divided by 2 is going to be 12. So we will dimension from here to here, and you know what? I'll make a small point, a construction point. Press escape. So click on construction mode and click point, and I will place this point here at the origin so that I can reference this these dimensions from this point. So click this, hold control and click this as well, and I will select the horizontal dimension and it will give us a 12 millimeter distance like that. And again, I will toggle it lock so that I cannot move it anymore. And this one, I don't think we need this dimension, but we will be needing this one, which is 18. Again, we will divide it by 2 so that we can get the dimension from the center or the central axis to this point, which is going to be 9. So go back over here, select this vertex and hold control and select this one as well, and select the horizontal dimension and make it 9. Bring it up over here again, lock this up so you don't accidentally change it. Then we've got these dimensions. So the outer dimension, which is going to be this one, the diameter of this is 30. Again, we will be dividing it by 2. You can see over here as well. So we will be dividing by 2 to get 15, and we will reference it to this point. Get 15 like that. Lock it up as well, and then we've got this dimension, which we will be doing a vertical dimension like that, and it's going to be 3. Change it to 3, and now we've got it all set up perfectly. So right now it doesn't look anything like this, but if you remember, I told you that once we create this section, we will revolve with 360 using the revolution operation, and then it will create a geometry that we want, like this. So once we're happy with the sketch, you can try and moving the individual elements of the sketch, and it's not moving, which means that we've constrained it or dimensioned it up properly. So press OK to exit the sketching. And okay, so one more thing I forgot to do is I want to enter a center line. I'll turn, yeah, so I'll make a center line from the origin, like a vertical center line like this, so that we can use this as an axis. So yeah, you can see over here. So once it's selected, we will go to revolution, and then you can see it automatically selects the internal axis as this one, and sketch, which is this one that we've made, and it revolved it across. So it's already done a 360 operation, but what I can show you is this. This is the angle in which it's revolving. You can change it either by dragging or changing the angle over here. So for example, if you do a 180, oops, if you do a 180, it's going to create like a half of the revolution. Over here, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail with this, but over here you can see you got an option to create a surface, which is like a shell of the sketch, or you can go for the solid. You can thicken it up as well if you want, but we need a solid part, so we will stick to the solid one. I will be covering a lot more detail into individual operations in my future videos, but at the moment we will stick to here. So over here, I'll go and make it a 360 degree so that it creates a perfect a 360 revolution, and press OK. So now we've got the nice little bushing completed as seen over here. One thing I forgot to do is in my previous video, I mentioned that we need to change the units like this. Yeah, we need to make it back to millimeters. Otherwise, this model has been created in inches, which is going to be huge compared to our base that we created in our previous video. So I'll go over here, change it to millimeter, kilogram, second, press set. So now, again, if you remember, you've got two options here. So the convert dimension, it will convert all the dimensions based on this conversion. So 1 inch becomes 25.4. We don't want that. We just need to convert to interpret the dimensions to make it 1 inch becomes 1 millimeter. So select this option, press OK. Now it's scaled it down to millimeters. So over here, yeah, select it and press close. So now we've got it ready. So press Control S to save it, and we will be saving it in our working directory like that. So if you like this video, make sure to like this. And if you got any questions, drop them in the comment section. And I will also drop this drawing in the description as well, so you can practice it on your own. I will be seeing you in the next video. So till then, I'll catch you later. Bye bye.